Halloween Havoc, Chico. It's gonna be awful scary.
What's happening, everybody? The Job Guys back with you one more time. Ooh, spooky Nitro Nick. Nightmare Nick, maybe, is what we should call it. Nightmare Nick. And Sloke here with you as well. Thanks for joining us. As always, if you could hit like and hit subscribe, that would be great. We are running back one more time, 35 years ago. And this time, since it's Halloween season, we jumped at WCW.
WCW?
And we go to Halloween Havoc 1990. Nick, the second ever Halloween Havoc. If you never have seen it before, a few years back, we did the top 5 worst Halloween Havoc events of all time. Very difficult to narrow down to 5 because these shows, in our opinion, I know a lot of people like them a little bit. Everyone we've watched outside of the nWo stuff is awful.
Your company stinks.
It's tough. Which one's the worst? There's a lot of bad ones.
Ryan, I think people like the nostalgia of it. You know, like they hear the word Halloween. It goes with the month. You get into it. They and they get their spooky entrance.
I'm Crazy Spoonhead, and I want some candy.
I thank the high heavens we were WWF at the time fans, and I was not a Southern wrestling fan because I don't know. I'm going to have some questions for you and maybe our viewers out there on some of these. I mean, what the hell, man? But,
well, if you like sarcasm and you like stuff getting ripped on nonstop, please stay with us for the next hour because we are going to have a whole lot of sarcasm.
And Ryan,
and we're going to try to have a whole lot of fun. And we're going to make this as fun as possible.
And there's dudes on this card me and you like.
Oh, a lot of them.
Like a lot.
2 of them are in the main event.
Yeah, this is not us, just thinking everybody's a dud on this show, man. We're huge Sid fans. I love Sid.
October 27th, 1990 at the UIC Pavilion in Chicago. Nearly a full house, Nick. It looked good on TV. Almost 8,000 people were there. They get 160,000 buys. That's down from 175 the year before and down from the Great American Bash where Sting won the world title from Ric Flair. That had 200,000 buys. So down a little bit here for the second ever one. Here's something I found real interesting that I didn't know until we watched this back. WWEF ran the Rosemont Horizon the same night. So both of these shows are in Chicago that night. WWF got 8,300. Macho Man defeats the world champion Ultimate Warrior via countout. That was their main event in Chicago, running across town. This is like the middle of Ric Flair hating WCW, hating Jim Herd, hating everything going on. This is the very first pay-per-view without Ric Flair in the main event. He's in a tag team match with Arn Anderson, which, again, we'll get into. He wanted to leave. He ended up staying because they made Ole. He was the head booker. He quit as the head booker in May of 90. They made Ole Anderson, his boy, the head booker in May of 90. So he didn't leave. He stayed for about a year, and he stuck it out for a year, and then he's like, okay, I'm out of here, because everybody hates Ole, too. So, he didn't help at all. Everybody on Earth hates Ole. His booking is really strange, as we'll get into. Brought in a bunch of old dudes, and old dudes. Slight problem, as we found out, Nick, watching this show back.
Oh, jeez.
There's a VHS tape that came out, because, it's WCW.
WCW?
They only have 6 of the 10 matches on the VHS because, WCW, whatever. Apparently, they were so cheap, they didn't want to pay for the 3-hour VHS tape. They got they're like, no, brother, just send out a bunch of 2-hour ones. We don't want to spend that extra money, So they cut down the show to 2 hours. And wouldn't you know it, Peacock has the 2-hour version, not the 3-hour version. So only 6 of the 10 matches are on here. So we had to go find the other 4 matches. We did do that. But classic WCW, dude, they have some ridiculous editing on here where it just makes it seem like magic happens.
I was really excited. I hadn't seen this before. Boy, was
And how long did that last?
the opening match ended it.
Well, I'll one up you. How about the opening? Just the opening of it. Dude, the graphics here, I understand it's 1990, but the graphics here make our graphics look like a freaking Bay movie, man. I mean, dude, it looked like Pong. That's how bad this was, dude.
Ninja
It was
Gaiden
so
looked better.
bad.
This is so bad.
Dude, it was awful, man, at the beginning. And by the way, if it is your very first time watching one of our Run It Back shows, stay tuned to the end because we have some categories we're going to go through. Match of the night, worst match of the night, what worked, what didn't work, the legacy line of the night, all that stuff. We'll get into that at the end. So the beginning of this one, it's Jim Ross and Paul E. Dangerously, a very young Paul Heyman on the mic. They immediately throw it to Shivani. Remember WCW back then, they had the stage and then they had that like ramp that went all the way to the ring. So Shivani's up there on the stage. He is dressed like the Phantom of the Opera. They're all wearing Halloween costumes. He interviews Ricky Morton and Tommy Rich. They are in the opening match. They're dressed like bikers or something. I don't know what their deal is. It's terrible. So they are fighting the Midnight Express. Robert Gibson out injured. He for real banged up his knee. So they just stuck Tommy Rich with Morton. Your thoughts on this match? It goes 20 minutes. It was one of the better matches of the night. But
was it?
Unless you're a Southern wrestling fan, which I know you were not, you had no interest in this whatsoever, did you?
I fell asleep. I had to restart this match because I fell asleep.
It's the first match. Dude.
I know. It's. I'm sorry. Dude, you want to know? There's something. Ricky Morton, Tommy Rich, Midnight Express. We can go on this list. We've talked. The Fabulous Freebirds. You got Terry Taylor. Terry Taylor.
On the show.
What is it with Southern wrestling and all the guys are the same? They have a dad bod, bleach blonde hair down to here, and they're all the same. Like they're not jacked, they're not ripped, and the charisma is not there. I'm for most of them. I mean, I'll give the Freebirds a little bit of what they got. And in this match, Ryan, the first thing I see when they bring them out, I'm like, oh my God, Jim Cornette is the biggest guy here.
Being labeled the greatest jobber.
He's the only one that made it in the WWE. The rest of the guys, there is no prayer in my mind. I'm watching this going, you cannot bring these guys up and put these in front of Little Horts in 1989. There's no freaking... It's the Beverly Brothers.
There are some people that you could put in front of Little Horts. That's a tease ahead, by the way. And it's probably not what you think I'm getting at. We'll talk about it.
And again, I'm just bored watching this match. I'm not a Midnight Express guy. I'm not a Rock and Roll Express guy. To me in 1990, I couldn't tell you which team was which.
Not a Federal Express guy.
No, I'm not a Pony Express guy. I'm not any Express. FedEx. I don't do any of that. But yeah, I don't know, right? I guess that I hope on our comments, someone maybe is a fan. Like, what the hell did people see in these guys?
I don't know.
I got to cut you off because we don't talk when we do this, right? We don't talk. We don't tell each other what we wrote down. We don't tell it because I'm cutting you off because you literally just said now the fifth straight thing verbatim that I have written down. The exact same thing. And I just got done on our WWE recap, told our boy Kevin, I'm like, yeah, Nick and I are like wrestling twins. Midnight gets cheered when they come out. And I go, it's crazy. I don't know why anybody ever liked these guys. How? None of these guys, they're not even just like not jacked like the WWF guys. They're not in shape at all, dude. Like, I mean, let's round. They are not in shape.
That's a shape.
Bobby Eaton, beautiful Bobby, and Ricky Morton, dude, they look like they've never even driven past a gym. They've never, like, if you showed them a picture of a gym, they were like, Did the space program send that to you? What's it? Where's that, from Mars? They would have no clue. Send them a picture of a weight bench. No idea what that is, dude. I mean, these guys are in no shape at all. These dudes look old.
It's all of them, Ryan. In WCW, it's not like when they have Tully Blanchard out there walking around like to me, you like join the Heavenly Bodies because you look like one. Like it was a joke to us, the Heavenly Bodies in the WWE. Those guys look like regular Southern wrestlers, though, man. Like, what are people seeing?
They gave me my 2 for $20 at Applebee's. That's what they look like.
People I take slack for liking guys like Lashley and Luger and these big guys that not the greatest talkers, we can all admit.
Look good.
Dude, at least they look like they'd wreck me or crush me or pick up a truck or throw a freaking cow somewhere. I don't know. These guys can't do anything.
What'd you do last night? Threw a bunch of cows, man.
These guys didn't. These guys did not. These guys did not.
They look like they milked them.
And they're all the same down the card, Ryan.
Nick, you just took care of about 6 of the matches here, so this is going to be a very short review. There's not much more to say. Just fill in the blank. It's like Mad Libs. Just fill in the name. Just a couple of things. I will give Beautiful Bobby this, and people have said this. He can work, and he was very innovative for the time. He did a slingshot off the rope into a backbreaker, but here's the problem. He didn't look like he could work, so I didn't take him seriously. And then, maybe even worse than his look, he opened his mouth. Dude, this dude is an all-time bad promo. Dude, he makes Jungle Boy look like Roddy Piper. That's how bad this freaking guy is on the mic. Southern boys come out dressed like Cornette. Mm-hmm. Tommy Rich uses the tennis racket. He gets the win. Funny thing about this, Cornette and Lane quit 3 days after this. They were ticked off with Jim Herd as well. They didn't like their payoffs. They didn't like their push. They didn't like anything. They just freaking walk out 3 days later. Jim Cornette, by the way, at this point, another guy that always looked old, 29 years old at this point. They have a Missy Hyatt segment and whatever. And then they go back to the ring. It's Terry Taylor against Wild Bill Irwin. And you can still hear Missy in the background. More classic WCW. You can hear her say, thanks. Somebody goes, oh, great segment. And she's like, thank you. You can hear that in the background. Terry Taylor, which I'm sure you know, unless you just know him as the Red Rooster.
Red Rooster. Where would they think of that?
He left WWF in June of 90, trying to start over, get his career back from Mid-South when he had some promise before they gave him.
I think he's the best one of all, of a lot of these. I don't mind. I thought Terrific Terry Taylor is not the worst gimmick ever. The guy isn't.
He was Scarlet Letter was put on him though.
Yeah, he just, again, do I think he's going to main event a WrestleMania? No. But I do think the guy could talk a little bit. The guy could work. He had a look. He was a little bit better built, I guess, I'm not going to say he was like a rock.
He could wake you up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
But you know what he does need, Ryan? What would sell his matches
really good? He
needs
a red spike down the middle of it.
Other than the red spike. If you brought someone who was like 900 years old and you brought them out and let them do color commentary while he was wrestling, because that's what they're going to do here.
Before that, Wild Bill Irwin. Do you know what he is best known?
I have no idea.
He's the Goon. The Goon. So this was that battle of terrible gimmicks, going at it here. The guy you're talking about, his name is Jack Brickhouse. He is doing commentary.
Oh, Lord.
No one on earth has a clue who this guy is unless you're from Chicago. God bless him, but this would be like, I'm wearing all Piston stuff today. This would be like George Blaha doing commentary for WrestleMania. There's an old White Sox announcer. It was an old wrestling announcer. Heyman says he called Mr. Brickhouse here, called the very first ever televised match.
I could tell.
So I guess that's kind of cool, but They're just talking to this dude. They are paying zero attention to this match. But you're like, how can you blame him? It's
And he
Terry
just goes
Taylor
off
against
on a
Wild Bill Irwin.
tangent. But he just goes off on a tangent, Ryan, and just starts talking about nonsense and
He's just name dropping over and over again. Like, this guy has no idea what he's talking about when you're just, and then Hulk Hogan, then Coco Beware, then Andre the Giant, then Macho Man. You're like, yeah, okay, we got it, dude. Then JR starts talking about football players, and he mentions not even wrestling right now, the Steiners. The Steiners were all Americans. Cool, there's another match going on. Boring chants are going on.
Yeah.
No one cares about the Rooster. His career has been ruined.
It has.
Now this guy just starts naming wrestling moves over and over. It's like Jericho and his list of 1,004 holds. He just starts naming holds. The crowd.
Well, he saw them all the way back to the first Olympics. Yeah. Like, this guy is that old, man.
He watched Abraham wrestle.
Yeah.
The crowd is as dead as anything I've ever seen. I can only assume they can't hear this beautiful commentary by Brickhouse, rattling off all these names. Terry Taylor wins. He turns a lazy pin into a crucifix. 1, 2, 3. That's about the only move that we need to talk about, I guess.
It's awful. Yeah.
Okay, now, one of the moments of the night, we go back to Shivani. Shivani's up on the stage, and he is interviewing the world champion Sting.
Yeah.
Sting's trying to cut a promo, and then all of a sudden you hear Sting. 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 If you know anything about WCW in 1990, Sting beat Ric Flair for the world title. Then all of a sudden, someone from Sting's past is here to ruin Sting's life or whatever. It's the Black Scorpion.
Sting.
I don't know, since you didn't watch WCW, I know you've heard of the Black Scorpion.
Oh, yeah.
You tell me about this segment first, and then I'll give my diatribe about it. Tell me, is this the first time you've seen the Black Scorpion? And what did you think about frickin' this whole segment? He comes out to interrupt Sting.
I have not. I knew who the Black Scorpion was, but I had not seen this whole segment inside the pay-per-view. I had seen Ryan, I could not stop laughing. This is the worst thing. I mean, people are going to say, like, oh, that Brutus Barber Hogan thing when he was masked and we didn't know. That is a million times better than this. This is so freaking bad. And that's not a high bar to get over. Kidnaps a woman that's sitting there.
Dude, WCW, dude. There's just some chick sitting on the stage. Just some girl. Yeah, because that's allowed. She's just sitting there. Like, nobody, Doug Dillinger, we know he lets anybody in the ring. Did he just see that girl sitting there?
And Ryan, what is it with WCW? It's got to be Ole. They love talking over the loudspeaker with someone's, this is the Shockmaster, or this is the Scorpion.
And it's always Ole.
Sting, I'm going to destroy you.
He abducts this woman. And then he runs around and takes her behind a David Copperfield magic freaking window.
There's just suddenly a cage sitting there.
That was there.
He knows black magic, though.
He does.
Yeah.
And he gets behind the cage. Sting is just sitting there at this point. I don't know why Sting's not trying to help. He's letting him disappear.
3 referees came out, and they held Sting back.
Yeah.
Because don't worry about the guy who kidnapped the girl. Stop Sting.
Kidnapping's fine. And then he's
holding him back, dude.
And he vanishes, Ryan, only to reemerge moments later on the other side of the stage. And then he just fires the girl at Sting and runs off. I don't even know the purpose.
I'm sweating. Oh, my gosh.
I don't even know the purpose of this, Ryan.
To show his black magic. He says, quote, I'm going to show you a sample of my black magic.
And that's abducting women? That's creepy.
Yeah,
black
dude.
Magic. Yeah. Yeah. Ryan, I don't know where they were going with this, dude.
Either did they.
But
that's why it ended up being Ric Flair at Starrcade.
Do you think they originally had Ric Flair as the idea?
No.
Like they went into this,
everybody on earth will tell you. Cornette, Tony Schiavone, everybody. I believe Ole even did an RF video shoot, and they said they didn't know where they were going.
So they just started an angle. They had no idea who the Black Scorpion. That's so WCW. That is
Yeah.
so WCW. I mean,
Well, there
that's
was a Raw general manager one time that
that's
ended
as
up
bad
being
as that. Yep.
Hornswoggle.
And that was
eventually.
just out of nowhere.
He takes her into that cage and like a tarp drops down while Sting
Yeah.
finally gets over there. And then a poof goes up. The thing goes back up and they disappeared. And then what a smart guy. He goes 16 feet over there onto the other stage. Like, whoa, way to hide way over there. You know, not like up in the rafters or anything. He's literally 8 feet over there, dude.
It's one of the worst segments I've ever seen,
Ever.
Ryan.
Ever.
It's bad.
Dude, you mentioned it a minute ago. This crap with the Black Scorpion, and it's not just tonight. This goes on for 6 months.
Great.
Dude, it makes the Dungeon of Doom look like Citizen frickin' Kane, dude. Our main man, who's been the butt of our jokes for about 5 years on this podcast, it is Brad Armstrong
Best in the
taking
world.
on JW Storm. Yes, that JW Storm. All the old-time guys in WCW say Brad Armstrong is the most underrated guy of all time. He's a great worker. He's hilarious behind the scenes. Well, guess what? When he gets in front of the camera, he's freaking Elsa, dude. Because he's frozen. He's freaking just, he can't do anything. He had a number of horrible gimmicks, and I don't even know all of them. There's so many of them. Arachnaman, dude. Arachnaman. Buzzkill. Do you remember BA of the No Limit Soldiers? Remember that one? Dude, because when I think of Dirty South NOLA rappers, we got Lil Wayne, we got Master P, we got Juvie.
And Brad Armstrong.
No.
Buzzkill.
The Candyman.
Oh,
Brad Armstrong.
The Candyman.
The freaking Candyman.
What does that do? What
He is coming down the aisle wearing candy striper pants, white and red. He looks like a freaking candy cane. He's handing out candy as he's walking down the aisle to the kids. Nick, I'm not even kidding here, dude. I swear to you. Of all the terrible gimmicks that he had, that you can get the outfit at Party City, like Arachnaman, the fake Spider-Man, I would rather be Arachnaman.
Yes, than Candyman.
Because it has a mask that covers my freaking face so nobody knows who I am when I'm coming down the aisle. Dude, this is so bad. And they're giving him a huge push here. He had an undefeated streak going into this match, and he beats JW Storm, who I've never freaking heard of. And then it took Ole and whoever the heck else about 2 weeks before they realized how freaking stupid this gimmick is, dude. Because 2 weeks later, he loses his undefeated streak to the Iron Sheik.
He was a punk.
97-year-old Iron Sheik. Then he loses to a guy making his debut right after that, named Big Cat. He would later become your favorite wrestler of all time, Mr. Hughes. Then he just goes right back to plain old Brad Armstrong. But I think you were about to say, weren't you? What the heck is the Candyman even supposed to be? What is that? What, he likes candy? Is he a cokehead? Like, what? He likes candy? Like, what kind of candy were we talking about?
How does this guy escape all the criticism? Like, how is he not mentioned? Like, I don't understand.
I'll tell you what, dude. The police might need to look into this guy because what's he doing with that candy? Attracting little children?
Minors, yeah.
Did he come to the arena in a van without windows?
Excellent question.
How did he get here, dude?
The best thing he's ever done is
Have you ever seen the inside of a band, little boy? I'm the Candyman. Oh my gosh.
The best thing he ever did was to get kicked in the face by Ernest the Cat Miller for me. That made the cat over for me, and I freaking loved it. Other than that, I hate Brad. So I shouldn't say, I don't know. Again, another guy, like, I just can't see when someone, he would walk in, and if I was booking, I'd say, see you Saturday morning, you're losing to Honky Tonk. Like, I mean, that's what I would say, like,
job guy.
Sorry. Yeah, you're a job guy. Like, be on our podcast.
Jobber Mount Rushmore.
Dude, Storm is jacked. He looks great. He was undefeated to this point, and
Yeah, I heard
he
him say
never
that.
won again.
Yep, I
Never
heard
won
him say
again.
that on
Jobbed
that. They
out.
were- Yep.
He left a month later. Candyman wins with a small package, which was like the same finish from the match before. Okay, Jim Cornette has an interview now. They do this like in between every single match. He is dressed as a Confederate soldier for some reason, because you'll be seeing a lot of Confederate flags and things in WCW back in the day. He says he has some family history. That's why he's wearing this outfit. He's going to do color commentary and explain. So now he goes down and joins the guys for the Master Blasters against the Southern Boys, who are feuding with the Midnight Express at this point. Southern Boys, if you don't know, Tracy Smothers and Steve Armstrong, who is Brad's brother. They are fighting Blade and Steel. Steel is Kevin Nash. Blade is Al Green. Yes. Yeah, let's stay together. This is another Road Warrior reboot. Whatever. Before they start wrestling, Norman the Lunatic and a guy named the Juicer Nick. They're handing out more candy to kids. Once again, check the parking lot for vans without windows. I don't know what's going on here. Anything about the match here, Nick?
No, just thank God Kevin Nash probably time to move on to the WWE. Eh?
Yeah,
Right?
because he had to become Oz.
Yeah, no,
Cornette
I don't have a lot to
distracts
say
him.
about this match. Cornette,
He distracts him. Nash clothesline.
Yep.
They get the pin. Then they beat up and spank Cornette afterward.
I'll give him this, man. I was not the biggest Cornette guy watching him,
all.
you know, when he was in WCW or when he was in WWE. I really enjoy him now, though, and I did because when we met him, he was one of the coolest guys I think I have ever met as a I mean, he was really took the time to talk to people and get to know them when you were doing autographs and stuff, and he is quick. I'll give him that, man. The guy is quick.
He's nothing but a fucking job guy.
And then we go to yet another tag team match. The Freebirds against the Renegade Warriors. So basically in WCW, like, or NWA, just be like the Something Express or the Something Warriors. And then you're good to go. Yeah, you're good to go if you do that. The Warriors come out banging drums. I had no idea who these people were. Again, this is like Ricky Morton and them. How do you take the Freebirds seriously? I never got it. I know they're heels and they're getting heat, but like Haynes dancing is just ridiculous. And it's not heat, dude. It's like, what are you doing? You're embarrassing yourself.
The Freebirds always reminded me of like DX and 07. You know, it was just like, guys, you're in your
old guys
freaking 40s now, man. Stop doing the freaking stuff from your like kids were doing in their 20s. You know, it was like dad trying to be cool. You know, the only other thing that would be worse is if you had all the guys like 140 pounds and they were 5'4", you know, fighting for the world title. Now,
and they threw Molotov cocktails?
Yeah, what kind of crap?
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
That'd be sweet.
We have the United States Tag Team Championship.
More belts.
It's the Steiner brothers, the champs, taking on the Nasty Boys. They immediately get inside and outside the ring. They are all over the place. This is non-stop. The place is going nuts. The crowd is now into it. They're going insane. This match was non-stop. Nukes moves from the top. We got chairs fighting on the outside. It ends with a Frankensteiner. And there you go. Steiner brothers. They keep the belts. And they're super over at this point.
These guys are over. This match worked. It was good. I enjoyed this. They went bell to bell. They know these guys. I enjoyed this match, actually. This is probably one of the matches. If you're out there and you're going to watch this pay-per-view, I'd recommend watching this match.
So JR says after it gets done, the Nasty Boys beat the heck out of them after the bell. That would set up a rematch, you would think. JR says, this feud will never end. It's not over yet. Oh, not so fast, my friend.
Nasty's released.
Now we get a Scott Steiner interview here. He gets done and he gets leveled by a concession guy on the stage who's got a full like bin of popcorn. You know, the guys that walk around the stands. Hey, popcorn, popcorn. He gets drilled. And again, like JR and Paul are absolutely clueless. They're like, hey, is that a concessionaire? No, just popcorn fell out of the it's raining popcorn inside. And then they're like, it's the Nasty Boys. It's the Nasty Boys. The concession guy is Sags. Now, this is great and all, but like the girl who was just sitting on the stage, why is there a vendor on the stage? Like, where was Doug Dillinger again? The great security guard. Where was he? Why is there a concessionaire on the stage? Here's a problem, though. On Peacock, it's this quick. It happens like that. I'm like, how the heck did Sags put on an entire concession outfit and get this popcorn and all this 20 seconds after this match gets done? Well, here's the problem, because that actually happened after the next match, but because of the editing we talked about, they just put it right after this match. So it like happens instantaneously. Like, what in the world is going on here? So that's not actually what happened. And here's the other thing. The Nasty Boys were getting this big push in WCW. They were signed on a per night basis. I did not know that. WWE saw this match. It was awesome. They then immediately signed the Nasty Boys right after this. So Nasty Boys are out of here. And then by 6 months later, they're the world champs at WrestleMania.
Good for them, because they're, like you said, they're going to be in a title match at WrestleMania and win the World Tag Team titles at WrestleMania. I mean, it's quite the step up.
Knobs is just screaming, the war has just begun, baby. No, sorry.
Unless you got money, brother.
No, you're going to be with Jimmy Hart and fighting on the big stage after this, my friend. Okay, here we go. Another match that is not on the pay-per-view. You got to go find it. JYD. He's fighting shape. Moondog Rex.
Never seen him better.
Nick, is it 1985? Has WrestleMania 1 even happened yet?
I could not. This isn't the last guy we can say this with either. Like what the hell? Moondog Rex, 1990, and he's fighting with a bone. And JYD, we all know, I think we've watched the documentaries, the demons he's going through and whatnot. Sad story, but he looks awful.
I was going to say, dude, Meltzer used to call him the junk food dog. That's what he would call him, and I hate that, but he's huge. He is huge. But, dude, what are we doing here? Is this like, did some genius go, hey, well, he's a moondog, and he's the junk yard dog? We'll have the Battle of the Dogs. Ha! Yeah. That'll woof woof.
Give a dog a bone.
Yeah. Ha! And they do actually in this match. He goes for the bone. The ref takes it. JYD hits a headbutt. He wins. This thing starts, though, with just this tight shot of JYD walking down the aisle. And he's wearing like a werewolf
Halloween
mask.
And they're introducing
like
the other character,
dude. Yeah. It looks like the Fiend's mask. So of course, this match is going to be brilliant.
Yeah,
this match was so terrible. Thank God it was only 3 minutes long.
They're also introducing Moondog Spot while the camera's on the Junkyard Dog, and you're like, how are you guys this bad at this? How can you be this bad? And this doesn't end here, man. This goes on to like the NWO days. Why is Hogan in the red and yellow on this cover of this box?
Yeah, no, it was dudes who have been there forever, man. Craig Leathers and Keith Mitchell.
Before the invention of TV? Like,
JR at one point is going off again about college football. JYD, he was an All-American at Fayetteville State, played in the CFL, played for the Packers. Awesome. He's wearing a werewolf mask now. Congratulations. All right, next match. Doom taking on the Horsemen. This is the World Tag Team Championship. Flair and Arn come out together, and they come out to Arn's music, not even Flair's. The crowd doesn't seem to care whatsoever when they come out either, and it's just like, wow, this is what Jim Herd is trying to do. He's trying to downplay Flair. JR Doom, if you don't know, is Butch Reed and Ron Simmons. JR,
A lot of people like
of course, he goes, they're both NCAA All-Americans, but we aren't playing football today. Well, then what did you mention it for?
People did like them, though. I remember seeing Doom rated very high. Remember when they used to do the PW, like you'd get the rankings of the tag teams and stuff, too?
They were sweet.
Yeah, people like Doom, man.
I loved Doom, and I loved Ron Simmons.
But you wanted him in like a Julius Caesar outfit with a sword is what you were calling for, right?
No, a blue helmet is what I was hoping for. Yeah, a blue rubber helmet. That's what I was hoping. Dude, I'll tell you what, though. Vince and Bruce are right, and I've heard them. Dude, this guy just talks about college football nonstop. I mean, it's non-freaking stop. He says Simmons was at Florida State 3 times in the first 2 minutes of the match. Then he starts talking about the Steiners again. Must have at least mentioned it 3 times. You know, they were all American wrestlers at Michigan. Like, it's not quite the whole, like, 95 WWE thing where, like, Bob Holly's a race car driver. Well, if you're such a good race car driver, what the frick are you wrestling for? You know, like, if they were such good football players, why aren't they playing friggin' football? Like, I just don't get it. Like, is he trying to legitimize? If he's trying to do that, though, he's unintentionally making the entire company sound like crap. Because, yeah, I know all this other stuff is phony, but these guys right here, they're real athletes. These two right here, it totally ruins everything else, and it ruined this match for me because I'm telling you, I'm not even exaggerating, 20 freaking times. And that's my later category nitpick. Dude, he does it the entire night. Ends in a double count out, the exact same finish they had on TV, actually, 2 weeks before.
Of course.
Once again, great job, WCW. But to me, all I could do was, like, rip my hair out when JR
well, it does, and you're not wrong.
Shut up about football.
It does make it sound like you're the hand-me-downs. Like, these are guys that couldn't make it in the actual industries they're in. So they came here to WCW to fight the Candyman. That's why they're here. You know, I don't know.
Oh, it does. Well, and it makes all the other stuff sound bad. Yeah, these guys are real athletes. These other guys are just fake wrestlers. But you know,
Ryan, we said that you got to be careful doing that anytime when you're like, you know, we say that with the supernatural stuff. You can't do supernatural and then like 20 minutes. All right, now we're doing Orton Lesnar.
Yeah,
and this is serious. These guys really, you know.
Well, the Wyatts kill everybody in the back, but then later they hold the tag ropes and apply the rules.
They know they know the tag. Yeah.
Stan Hansen interview. How'd you like this one, Nick?
What are we doing? I was just disgusted by the tobacco.
Yeah. Tell me about this interview here.
Oh my God, he's just dripping. It's all over his chest, man.
It's everywhere.
I can't get this stuff out of my head as a kid. Like, and even as an adult now, I'm like, this is just gross. And this is another one of those guys. Like, I'm just looking. I get it. Like, I guess he's a crazy cow herder or something, you know, like he's got, like, he ropes up the cattle. I don't know what he does, but he's got a cow. Like, it just wasn't for me, man. This guy doesn't work for me. And thank goodness he is fighting Luger. So I was
U.S. title. Luger has had this belt for like over 400 days. Very long run here.
I think he's still the #1 U.S. champ of all time.
He might be. It's actually 523 days. It was a record at that point. I don't know if it still is or not.
I think he still holds it for the longest like not consecutive, but the longest time as a U.S. champ days. But yeah, the match, Ryan, I got nothing good to say about this, and I love Luger. I was shocked, Ryan. I did not know because I was trying to hide from the results. I'm sitting there going, "Are you freaking kidding me? This guy just beat Lex Luger like
clean." Dude, so, yeah, they have a decent match. I didn't think it was terrible, but it's hard hitting because Hansen is just a giant burly guy.
A blob.
But at least he's big. That's why he was big in Japan. They loved the big giant white dudes back then that could bang guys and throw live rounds. That's what he does. So they're doing that. Then Dan Spivey comes out, and he is apparently Hansen's protege. He comes out and he has the bull rope. He throws it in the ring. Luger reverses it. And then Hansen, the bad guy, hits a clean lariat and wins. So he was trying to cheat, but ends up winning clean.
Yep.
Got
Unreal. Unreal.
There's another one, dude, and I already did it, and now I'm going to sound like JR. He immediately says, when Hansen walks out, you know, Stan Hansen was kicked out of West Texas State. Luger was the youngest player ever in the CFL. He had a 3.75 GPA. Who freaking cares?
Well, it wasn't.
What is he? Alexandra York? He's putting in calculations how to do moves and everything. That 3.75 GPA didn't tell him how to figure out how to win this freaking match.
And also probably got bumped down to 0.75 because of the debate or lack of interview. I don't. Luger probably got up on stage.
Dude, it was driving me freaking crazy, man. Every single guy. He doesn't say anything except for, you know, he played football one time on lightweight quarterback at Flushing Middle School. Like, dude, hey, did you know Ryan Slocum? He's a heck of a sportscaster. Yeah, he was an incredible employee at Family Video. He could carry more videos to the back than anybody else. He was the best folder of shirts at Old Navy in the Midwest before he came here. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. And even back then, I couldn't stand it. I'm like, why does he keep saying this stuff?
Did they tell him to tone that stuff down when he came to WWF?
Yes. And if you watch WrestleMania 9, his very first day, he does it constantly at WrestleMania 9. And Bruce was like, no one cares. And to this day, he has said that. To this day.
Well, dude, I don't always agree with Pritchard. I don't. On that, I do. No one cares. Like, I don't. Unless you did something like Lesnar did, right? You won the UFC World Heavyweight title, and now you're coming back.
Because that's fighting.
Right. I wouldn't advertise, though, that Lesnar went to the Vikings and got cut. Like, that doesn't help Lesnar.
Here we go. This is what we all been waiting for, Nick.
I was.
The world champion.
I was looking forward to this match, man.
Sting
I never saw it.
Taking on Sid. Sid, I don't even know if he's been in the company a year, maybe a year or so. Obviously, we've always said it, and they said it back then. He's got the greatest look of all time. Looks like $1 million, but he was green, definitely at this point. People didn't think he was ready. But here we go. Sting against Sid, who is from anywhere he darn well pleases.
That's awesome. Anywhere he darn well pleases, man. That's awesome. Probably the best thing of the night. Anywhere he darn well pleases.
This whole pay-per-view and this match, obviously, are known for the finish. We will get into that, or you can go into it. Tell me about the match, and then, obviously, the finish, which was a little wonky.
The Sting Luger, it's not a terrible match, but when it is Sid, you got Sid, and you're going to get a Sid match, right? You know, Sid is Sid, and I didn't think the match was terrible up until the end. It could have been good. Sting somehow he's drawn to the back, right? He's taken out, okay? And I guess the plan is probably the Horseman jumped him. I didn't know that because it didn't show that. And then all of a sudden, to me, because I read the result of this match, and I'm like, oh, I was kind of bummed. I wanted Sid to win. This Sting looks just like Sting.
There's a bogus Sting.
Comes back out to the ring, tries to slam Sid, falls back. Sid pins him. Match ends. Ref is announcing it.
Balloons are falling from the ceiling for the bad guy.
Lo it behold to all of us. WCW production at its finest. We miss them telling us the Horseman jumped him in the back. We also miss a moment where Sting is walking back to the ring. This was a fake Sting that took the pin.
There's a bogus Sting.
It was Barry Windham, who was a member of the Four Horsemen who hadn't been on TV for quite a long time to this point.
And they don't show us that, though. They don't show us that. Sting just gets back in the ring. So to me, watching, I'm like, well, why is Sting like mad that he lost? I don't understand this. Like, why are we restarting this match?
Well, they restart the match because you see Sting with a rope on his hand all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait a minute. They never show you the two Stings on camera at the same time. So you have no idea what the heck is going on.
I'm just thinking I'm thinking Sting is like a sore loser. You know, he just wants to get his belt back. They get back in the ring, restart the match. Sting wins.
Immediately. Nick.
Yes.
They don't even tell you that the match restarts. You just see Nick Patrick go like this. Nobody has a clue what's going on.
And you can watch the whole audience. Everybody's just sitting there, the same as I was at home, going, what in the hell just happened? Like, wait, I must have missed something. Did we cut out? I don't know.
I don't know.
Because I thought he lost. Look, Ryan, I kid you not. As soon as he got pinned, I picked my phone up and I goes, I swear to God, it said he won. And then Sting comes back to the ring. And as a wrestling fan, I start piecing together. Oh, they must have jumped him in the back, and they just didn't tell us.
Well, JR and Paul are trying to fill in the gaps, but everything happened so fast.
Yes.
Nick, the real Sting gets back in the ring. They immediately restart the match. Nick Patrick doesn't even look confused. Like, how could he tell the two apart? Like, what does he know who the real Sting is? They restart the match immediately. Balloons are still falling from the ceiling.
So Sting wallops him.
Hits Sid with the belt right in front of Nick Patrick in the ring. Apparently, the new match is no disqualification.
Or count out.
He hits him with the thing, Stinger splash. That's it.
That's it.
Game over. And then they ring the bell again, and everybody's going, the heck just happened?
See what had happened at first was
nobody has any idea.
It is a very, very, like, just let the gas out of the tires freaking ending. You're just like I honest to God, Ryan, I'll say this, and you may disagree. Had they done this right, this finish might have been really good.
Yeah.
Had they had the right angles, the right camera shots, the right choreography. There you go. I'm trying, but right, it's WCW. Don't do stuff like this.
Craig Leathers and Keith Mitchell.
Yeah.
Great job as always, fellas.
God, it's just
it's WCW and Halloween Havoc. Every single finish to Halloween Havoc is always some super contrived, overbooked something. Every single time. There's got to be some kind of voodoo magic, something happening. And they do finally on the replay, they get a shot in the aisle of the two Stings looking at each other. So you can tell, oh, there's
it's actually a good shot. Like, had we seen it not on the post show, I mean, it would have been fine.
I went back and read the Observer and the Torch, and they were like, this is the most unique finish since the twin referees. It was ridiculous. Obviously, they didn't want to pin Sid at this point. I think that's what they were going. So this is what they came up with. I'll tell you one thing they did, though, that was pretty good, and you mentioned it, Nick. Bogus Sting looked exactly like Sting. This is the first time ever.
Yes.
There's a bogus Sting.
Dude, they got me, Ryan. I had to check. I told you, check my phone. I'm like, wait a minute. Wikipedia says Sting won. And I'm like, oh, wait. Here he comes back to the ring. Okay.
It's just classic WCW. You just saw it. Triple H put out a video today of him and Stephanie Vicaire like practicing her entrance for the pay-per-view the other day.
What's she
like
doing
stuff
this?
like that. You have to practice that. Get your camera set up. Let your cameramen know, okay, you need to be here. You need to be here. Keith Mitchell or Craig Leathers, whoever's punching the buttons, you need to know this is the money shot we got. You have to have that down. Run through it real quick. All right, Nick, anything else before we jump into the ultimate run back here?
I maybe should have, instead of stealing Russo and Ferreira or whatever his name was, they should have stole the production crew. That would have been a better steal,
Yeah, but I don't know. But other than that, yeah, let's run it back.
Here we go. First thing of the night.
Oh, all right, let me get my list
the
ready.
line of the night. What was the best line that you heard?
Here's the problem. I wasn't big on the announcers, so I'm sorry, Ryan.
Yeah.
I don't think they're great. So my best line of the night.
If you listen to this show, you know you don't gotta apologize to me.
Yeah, I know. Me and you know who our announce team is.
Yes, sir.
But dude, he's from anywhere he darn well pleases. Is my line of the night, dude. I'm sorry, and you can't do it with everybody because it ruins it. But when one guy has something cool like that the announcer said he is from anywhere and it fits
because
Sid.
It fits.
Yes, it fits Sid. That's
and it's not corny like he's from wherever, wing, whatever.
Shut up!
You could see Sid as a guy. He's going to order a burger at a vegetarian restaurant and he's getting it. Like he's going to get what this is Sid. You know, like I like it, man.
If he wants to be from Scissorland, he can be from Scissorland.
Yeah, there it is. You better believe it.
And when we're not talking about the Acclaimed.
I'll walk the path with the enforcer.
All right, my line of the night was that's a good one. I should have pulled that one, but this is his mom had 9 months, and the best name they could come up with is Junkyard. Mr. and Mrs. Dog don't have very good taste in names, do they? That's the best I could come up with.
Rough night.
And that's coming from Paul Heyman. Along the same lines, as we always do, funny moments. I think they tried to have a few here. Did any of them work for you? Do you have a funny moment of the night?
Because it's the first time I've watched this pay-per-view, Ryan. I almost fell out of my chair with the Black Scorpion, dude. It's so bad. The whole thing. It's so bad. It's funny to me. Like, because now, had I been watching it like today or had I been watching it as a kid, I've been like, get this off my screen. Yeah. But because we're watching something that happened so long ago, I don't care. It's not relevant to today. Whatever. Yeah. I thought the Black Scorpion segment was hilarious, man. I could not stop laughing.
Hilariously bad.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely. I have got right off near the top of the show, I guess I should say. Corny is doing his interview with Shivani. And again, Shivani is dressed like the Phantom of the Opera for the day. And Corny looks at him and goes, the only way you would look better if that mask was covering your entire face. I like that.
Not bad at all.
Anytime you can rip on Shivani, it's funny.
We've got to go!
What has aged the best on this show? There is not much.
Okay, I'm going to go for just 1 second here because this is my chance to go on my guy. What has aged the best from that is Lex Luger to me. Oh. He doesn't get enough credit. He has had some of the biggest major moments in wrestling, more than most. Horseman feud with Flair, most days as U.S. champ, when the belt actually meant something. He slams Yoko on the USS Intrepid. His return to WCW on the first night of Monday Nitro when it goes live. Wrestler of the Year versus the nWo. One of the coolest finishers and one of the best setup motions to a finisher that got the fans.
You like the rack?
I like the rack, dude. I love the rack. But
I did not know that.
To me,
this is our last show.
Yeah, it is. It is. I don't think Luger gets enough. Yes, can you rip on a ton of things? But my God, people say like he's like not even in the top 100. You know, like there are so many
that's
people,
ridiculous. Yeah,
like he's so much better than people give him credit for being. To me, from this era, I really love Lex Luger.
Mine is similar. Scott Steiner is aged the best.
Yes.
The Steiner brothers were sweet back then. They were one of the few reasons I did watch WCW when I got up early enough to watch it because it was on normal TV, didn't have cable. It was on super early Saturday mornings. He was one of the few. I thought he was great. He had beaten Ric Flair right before this, and then he had a great performance here in this. Listen to this. In The Observer, Meltzer says they should drop everything they're doing right now. Everything. Black Scorpion, whatever. And Scott Steiner should dethrone Sting at Starrcade, and that's the only way they're saving this company. This guy is the guy. This is in 1990. This is 10 years before Big Papa Pump.
And Meltzer hasn't said a decent thing since.
What has aged the worst from this show?
Their production of the show, to me, Ryan, they missed everything. I mean, this production is just so bad.
The entire Black Scorpion part.
I mean, could go on there too.
They don't have the creative ability to do it. It's so bad. From the Sting. When I was 10, I thought it was bad. Here is the most rewatchable scene. And I've got the finish to the main event is the most rewatchable scene because you have to watch it a couple of times just to figure out what the frick happened.
That's what
you have to watch it over.
You can't just watch it once because you don't know what happened. It's not the most rewatchable scene. It's a must rewatchable scene. Like, you have to.
Best match. It gotta be the Steiners and the Nasties, right?
Steiners and the Nasties, because of the botched finish. If that finish goes down perfect, if they shoot it well, Sting and probably Sid take the match of the night for me because I like those guys more. They're just bigger names. I don't expect the match. They can't perform like Scott.
Dude, it's nonstop. Like we said, I think this is the best Nasty Boys match I've ever seen.
The worst match probably
can't go
is
wrong, really.
The Junkyard Dog match. But here's my Okay. It's the first match for me because I hate everybody in that freaking match, man.
Oh, wow.
It's 20 minutes. I don't care if Ryan, the biggest names in Hulk Hogan, Steve Austin, The Rock, Andre the Giant, John Cena. They're all
sound like that old guy.
Yeah. I'm listing them off on you. None of those guys are known for their wrestling ability. I don't care, man. I don't care if these guys can put on a 5-star match. I don't want to hear anybody tell me again, WrestleMania 5 has way too many matches and they're all 4 minutes. At least they ain't 20 minutes of 4 guys that look the same.
Do you have a nitpick?
They're still riding these, like the Junkyard Dog. It's over, man. Hanson, it's over, man. You know, like a lot of these guys, Moondog, Freebirds, it's over.
My nitpick is, how did the Horsemen know what pants Sting was going to wear and what face paint pattern he was going to wear? How did they know that? 97 Bogus Sting, where he had the same face paint and he wore a black trench coat every single day. So you could literally just, there's Sting. No, he's Surfer Sting. Today, he's wearing bright pink. And he had whatever design on his face.
Tomorrow.
How on earth did the Horsemen know that that's what Sting was going to wear today? I found that interesting. What's your hot take? I've already done mine. JR is awful in WCW. Keller in the Torch. JR has never been better. That's a quote. He and Paulie Dangerously are untouchable.
I don't know how we do this because, again, I swear to God, people, we did not talk. Like, I did not make this list with Ryan. Hottest takeaway. Gorilla and Jesse are far superior than Ross and Heyman. Mean Gene is far superior than Tony Schiavone. WWE has the better announced team, and it's not even close.
Well, that runs into my who won the night, because here's who I have for who won the night. Jesse the Body Ventura won the night. Because he gets a job in WCW a little more than a year from now. Because their announcing is so bad that, Jesse the Body Ventura won the night.
The Nasty Boys.
Yep.
Now they got a big-time deal, and they're going to the WWE. Nasty Boys take the night for me because they're going to be world champs in, 6 months?
That's probably the real winner. Yeah, no, you're right. And not trying to be a smart aleck like me. Yeah, absolutely. Moment of the night. The finish of the main event, because it's still talked about today. I mean, that's the only thing in that match, the Steiners and Nasties, people do talk about. But to me, the finish is the moment of the night.
It's not, moment of the night doesn't always have to mean great moment of the night. It's just,
it's what people remember.
What we remember.
The legacy of this pay-per-view. Here's the one thing we did talk about. We both were like, I don't have a legacy. I don't know what to say for that. I didn't either. And I was thinking about it today, and I'm like, this just proves what we have talked about on all of our Halloween Havoc shows, it just proves that Halloween Havoc is not a good pay-per-view.
Fucking thing sucks.
It just proves again, like, you're doing too much, guys. Just wrestle. If you want to have a pumpkin in the aisle, have a freaking pumpkin in the aisle. We don't need all this other trash. Hopefully we made you laugh. If you did, please hit like and subscribe. Give us your comments in the comments below. That would help us out tremendously. Nick, as always, thanks, brother.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Appreciate it.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy
Till
Halloween.
next time.
It's
Job,
gonna be
guys.
real
Out.
scary, Chico.
You smell something, it's us, because we're the stuff.